Congratulations on the purchase of your home. Whether you've owned your home for 2 months or several years, we're glad to have you as a customer. VHDA is dedicated to working with you to ensure your success as a homeowner. This video will help you understand what a budget is and how to create one for yourself. Before you get started on your budget, you'll first need to know what it is and how it helps you. A budget is a detailed list of your income and your expenses. The purpose of a budget is to track the money you earned, or your income, against the money you owe, or your expenses, so you can plan how you will spend and save it. There are many benefits to creating and maintaining a budget. Using a budget helps you track your income and expenses, which allows you to pay your bills on time and maintain the good credit you worked so hard to build as you went through the home buying process. A budget also gives you an accurate idea of your financial situation and where your money is going. Additionally, not having a budget could cause problems later on, especially if you incorrectly estimated how much money you would have available each month to pay for expenses. Finally, a budget helps you identify any extra money you have which you could put into your emergency savings account. It's important to consistently pay yourself and save money in a separate emergency savings account. Many budget templates and software are available to help you with creating and maintaining a budget. Additionally, many banks and credit unions offer budget resources and expense tracking tools. Stop by your branch to see which services and resources you have access to use. A good starting point is to maintain the spending and savings plan you created when you attended VHDA's free first-time homebuyer class. You can download a blank copy of the plan from vhda.com/spending and savings plan. There are 2 major sections of the plan: income and expenses. Income is money coming in regularly. You'll want to include all earned income from documented sources, like paychecks or payments for services you provide. For example, freelance work. A tip is not to include irregular income, like gifts from family or winning the lottery. On the other hand, expenses are money going out for payments you make. There are 3 kinds of expenses: fixed, flexible, and debt. Fixed expenses are expenses which are regular and expected. Examples include, but are not limited to, mortgage payments, childcare, and your utility bill. Flexible expenses are expenses of varying amounts and/or not occurring regularly. Examples include, but are not limited to, grocery bills, clothing, and purchasing school supplies. Flexible expenses also includes putting gas in your car and purchasing breakfast each morning on your way to work. Also, this includes things you and/or your family enjoy doing for fun, such as going to the movies, or a theme park, or taking an arts and crafts class. To accurately track what you spend on your flexible expenses, keep a small notebook in your purse or pocket, or use an app on your smartphone. You can carry these with you and record what you're spending your money on. Also, you can save your daily receipts from your flexible expenses in an envelope and track the total at the end of the week. A good tip is to keep paper copies and digital copies of all your receipts in a secure, fireproof, and waterproof storage box. Finally, debt expenses are credit obligations you typically pay on a monthly basis. Examples include, but are not limited to, payments made towards credit card debt, vehicle loans, and student loans. Now that you know about the different sections, let's show you how to complete a monthly budget using the VHDA Spending and Savings Plan. First, identify your monthly income and all of your fixed expenses, flexible expenses, and your debt expenses. This may take some time to track down, so a recommended tip is to start working on your spending and savings plan on a day when you have the time and attention to give it. You don't want to rush to complete this important step. Next, enter in the amounts for your income and your expenses in the appropriate sections. Then, add up your income amounts and add up all of your expenses. Finally, subtract the total expenses from the total income. Congratulations! You've just created your budget. If the results show you have extra unspent money, consider paying yourself and depositing some or all of it into your emergency savings account. If the results show you should have extra money, but you know you've spent it, a good idea is to use your small notebook to track your expenses for 1 to 2 months. This will help you identify where your money actually goes each month. If the results show a negative amount, this means you are spending more money than you have. You'll want to review your expenses to determine where there might be opportunity to cut back. If you'd like one-on-one help preparing your budget, or you have specific questions about creating an action plan to change your spending habits, you may decide to work with a military financial educator or a HUD housing counselor. To locate a military financial educator, contact your base service center. To locate a housing counselor in your area, visit vhda.com/housing counselors. Now that you've created your spending and savings plan, what should you do next? Most importantly, you are strongly encouraged to maintain your budget. Review and adjust your spending habits every few months, especially when your income and/or expenses increase or decrease significantly. You have the power to decide how your money is spent, and you can change your spending habits, especially if your spending and savings plan shows you're spending more money than you have. A good tip is to set aside a specific amount for flexible expenses each month. For example, you may decide to save $50 each month and put that money towards buying new clothes for work, special occasions, or back-to-school shopping. You can also reduce what you're spending on a particular habit. For example, you may decide your family will only eat out at a restaurant twice a month instead of twice a week. Another option is to eliminate a flexible expense entirely if possible. For example, you could decide to make your coffee at home each morning instead of buying it at the corner store on your way to work. Remember, a budget is key to having an accurate idea of your finances and where your money is being spent. Using a budget will help you plan how you are spending and saving your money, which is a big part of successful homeownership. Be sure to view our other video, Making Smart Financial Decisions, and other helpful information at vhda.com/homeowners.